Mauricio, good evening.
Hello,
Okay. Okay.
how
Let's
are
just.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too. Everything
Yes.
is
How was
okay.
your day?
A little busy, but everything was okay, helpfully.
Yes. I had a busy day too. Yeah, I had a lot of interviews today. Tomorrow I
Ah,
have to continue doing interviews. It was a very hard day. I finish an interview, start a new one. Finish an interview, start a new one. Oh my goodness. I was like, please, no more. So today we're going to talking about the different types of a story. Okay. And something that we are going to use is past perfect. It's something that we use a lot when we talk about something. Right now we are going to focus of stories from a book, no? But this is for everything. When you are telling how the situation, how something happened, you are using, you have to use some kind of grammar so people can understand. And don't
okay.
only use past, 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 because generally in basic, we only use past, 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 past. But when you are intermediate and more, we need to use different past perfect, past continuous, simple past. So
Okay,
a
perfect.
variety, a variety of pasts. So look at the photo and prepare to share your answers to the question. Questions number one. What kind of a story do you think the woman is reading? And question it says, do you think she is enjoying it? So what do you think is the kind of a story she is reading?
Maybe could be a romantic story or a novel, maybe. Um,
Yeah, it could
uh,
be a novel.
yes,
Yeah, a novel and probably, well, a romantic story as you mentioned. No, this is possible. Yeah, you're right. This is possible. And do you think she's enjoying this reading?
probably because she looks very focused on the book, so maybe she's enjoying it.
Yeah,
Um,
probably
Also,
she's
it's
like concentrate, no?
or concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eh, what was the last good story you read, heard, or watch? Maybe.
Watch was House of the Dragon. Uh, it's a good series for me. It's very interesting. All the story all around the main characters. It's a perfect story. I have never read the book, but I think that could be something interesting too. But also I think that the book could be a little hard to read if you don't have um the if you don't have the habit to read books.
Yeah,
Uh,
because there are like different stories in a big story,
yes,
so you
you
need to follow all the
all the
the
characters
information, all the
information. Yes,
characters. Yes, because they sometimes talk about the past and then come back to the present. And besides, this is a very long story because, well, on TV
yeah,
you can see different seasons, no? Each season has something new. And what kind of a story is this? The House of Dragon, no? The
Yes, House of Dragon.
House of Dragon. So what kind of a story? Is it a comedy? Is it a science fiction? What kind of story do you think it is?
Probably science fiction and also a little bit of drama. Science fiction because inside the story are dragons and something related with, or probably something like magic. And also the story has a lot of drama because uh, in the story are a lot of conflicts between different families, a lot of war, and also uh, it's very dramatic and also have a lot of action.
And what was it? What was it? What did you like the most about it? What is something that you say, wow?
Definitely, the dragons are something interesting, and also uh, all the story that the end something the end has uh, a lot of things are uh, related with the different characters.
Related, no? Related to the different
Related.
to the characters. Mm-hmm. Yes. So now we're going to describe stories. We're going to, well, let me check because I cannot see the listening. Eh, oh my, I can't. Give me a second. I want to see if there are here. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do it here. Okay. Okay, I am going to be the one that is going to um it is going to read, okay, this because I have it here. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to share again. Okay, perfect. So you are going to listen to 6 definitions and you are going to write the type of a story next to the definition. No, so we have numbers, and according to, I am going to read the definitions and you are going to decide which one it is. Okay.
Okay.
Can you read the type of stories, the options that we have?
Coming of age story, horror story, personal tragedy, family saga, human interest story, success story, feel good story, love story, tall tale, hard luck story, mystery, and teary
Tear,
tearjerker.
tearjerker, uh-huh, tearjerker story. Um, do you understand all the types?
Tearjerker, what is?
Tearjerker is a story where generally it is sad, no, it's a sad situation, very sensitive situation.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to read the options and you can tell me which one is. Okay, I'm going to read twice. This kind of a story is long. This kind of a story is long and it is about many different family members and events. Like what is it? I'm going to repeat. This kind of a story is long and it is about many different family members and events.
Family Saga.
A family saga. Probably this House of Dragon can be like a family saga, no, a sci fiction, but a family saga because it talks about this kind of a story. Number two,
Mhm.
this kind of a story is about someone who has a lot of achievements. This kind
I
of a
can hear you.
story,
Can you repeat, please?
this kind of a story is about someone who has a lot of achievements.
Mm,
Has a lot of achievements.
Success story.
A success story, very good. This kind of a story is about something strange or unusual that happened. This kind of a
Mm,
story is about something strange or unusual that happened.
Mystery.
A mystery, very good. In this kind of a story, someone tells us something he or she says is true, but it's hard to believe. Once again, in this kind of a story, someone tells us something he or she says is true, but it's hard to believe.
Mm, Maybe Hard Luck Story.
No, in this case, it's a tall tale. Tall tale is that it's a
Told.
story that people tells you about and you say, what? No, I don't believe, So it's really hard to believe. That is a tall tale. This kind of a story gives people happy feelings about life.
Feel Good Story.
Yes. And this kind of a story makes people cry a lot. This kind of a story makes people cry a lot.
Teary Jacker.
A tearjerker, no? A tearjerker. A tearjerker. Very good. A tearjerker. So, match the descriptions to the type of a story. They can be more than one type.
Number one could be horror story.
Horror, horror, maybe mystery too, no? Because it says they fear someone is following them, no? Is following them.
Yes, or mystery too.
Yes, two friends get
Mm,
lost in the woods. They fear someone is following them. Number two, a man opens a restaurant but discovers that running a business is harder than it looks. He loses his investment and his wife leaves him.
mm, Maybe a hard luck story.
No, because
Or
hard
or
luck,
no.
no, hard
Oh
luck,
no
it's
no.
totally different. No.
Uh, mm,
No, a man opens a restaurant but discovers that running a business is harder than it looks. He loses his investment and his wife leaves him.
ah, Personal tragedy.
Could be a personal tragedy, even and tearjerker, no, because it's very sad. No, he loses his money, he separates, so it's kind of sad. Number three, the story is about members of the richest families in America. Everyone works in a family business, and family members argue with each other as they try to increase their wealth and power.
Family Saga.
A family saga, very good. A pet dog is lost while a family is on vacation. The dog travels across the country to find his family.
Mm, a success story or feel good story, maybe.
Yeah, feel good story, even a hard luck. No, because, well, I don't know if a hard, well, hard because he lost the family, but luck because he found the family again. No, could be also. A college student invents a new technology. He becomes a millionaire and falls in love.
Success story.
Success, yeah. One summer, a group of boys goes on an adventure. They learn the value of friendship and promise to help one another as they grow up.
Mm, um, could be, I don't know if it's love story because it's a love of, it's about friendship or mm,
Well, it could be coming of age story because they talk about promise to help one another as they grew up. So I was talking about maybe age. Then also I was thinking about feel good story, no, because they learn the value of friendship. That could be also so, or a human interest story also because they talk about friendship, adventure, promises. So, what kinds of stories do you generally enjoy?
mm, I like uh, horror stories and also mm, success story maybe.
Uh-huh. Why do you like those ones?
Horror because I like feel all these uh, suspense in the movie or maybe with a story you also are uh, you have all the you are focusing in the story of what is happening and also success story because I like stories that uh, mm, that despite to to have a lot of problems, the main character also have a good ending or or maybe can have a good achievement. So it's why I love I like a success story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that that could be something interesting. No, no, I love mystery, to be honest. I love mystery. I think that mystery stories are they catch my attention because I really don't know what is going on or who is the one that is the guilty person or the kind of person that do that. Personal tragedy. really. No, I don't like sad stories. Um, Family sagas, yes, sometimes it's also something I enjoy. Not that kind of. Sometimes it's difficult to understand because you need to concentrate in the story. So I like that. Are there any kind of stories you generally don't like? The ones that you say, no way, I'm not going to read it or watch it.
Mm, maybe love stories because
Why not?
I think that also have the same structure, or all the stories have the same uh, or the same end, or the same story. Also, I don't like too much.
Ah, so they are like repetitive.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's something that you do. For example, I don't like stories with animals. I don't
Um,
watch them because they really make me feel sad, no? Thinking that the animal is going to die or whatever. Yeah, I prefer not to, so I don't watch I don't watch that kind of movies or stories in general. So we're going to use past perfect, as I was mentioning, to tell the story. Okay. To use past perfect, you need to know verbs in past participle. Okay. So remember that we have the present, then we have the past, and the participle. This is about verbs, talking about verbs. For example, we have be, the verb to be, was and were,
yes,
and been.
being.
Okay, so been is the participle. Generally, we use the participle in all the perfects: past perfect, present perfect continuous. All of them use the participle. Okay, we use the past perfect to talk about things that happened or didn't happen before another event in the past. When there are two complete events in the past, use the simple past for the event that happened after. The form to form the past perfect, use had or had not on the past participle form of the verbs. So this is the idea, okay, to use the past perfect. Imagine that we are talking about yesterday. Okay, imagine that we are talking about yesterday. So yesterday you did different activities. Okay, yesterday you did different activities. So can you use the simple past? Yes, you can use the simple past to talk about any activity that you did. Okay, but there are some activities that you did before others. So that's when we are going to use the past perfect. So for example, I can say, get up, uh, have breakfast, and something else, go to work. Okay, so of course, I am writing this in present, but all of these were activities in the past. Okay, all of them were activities in the past. So you get up. This is activity number one. Have breakfast, activity number two, and then you go to work, activity number three. Give me a second, please.
Okay.
Activity number three. Okay. So when you do different things at the same time, for example, you have breakfast, here, brush your teeth, and then you brush your teeth and wash your face. Okay, so when the events are close, have breakfast, brush your teeth, wash your face, 1, 2, 3, you can use past perfect, no? Yesterday, I had breakfast, I brushed my teeth, and I washed my face. 3 events, one after the other, immediately, okay? But when you have an event that happens before, and you want to mention that, so you use the past perfect. No, so for example, yesterday I had breakfast, I brushed my teeth, and I washed my face. I did all of this on time because I had gotten up early. So you mentioned that you had time to do all your activities. Why? Because before of this, you had gotten up early. So what is the activity number 1? Had gotten up. You want to mention this, so that's the way you do it. Do you understand or not really?
Yes, it's
Yes?
clear.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is the idea. When you want to mention something that was before the other actions, you are going to use the past perfect. When the actions are one next to the other, you only use simple past. No, I had breakfast, I brushed my teeth, I washed my face, past, because it's one after the other. But if I want to mention that before all of this, I did this, well, because I had gotten up early. No, so when I say I had gotten up, oh, so the teacher is telling us that the number 1 activity was this. Number 1, this is number 2, number 3, and number, okay, because had gotten up is before. So that's the way we are going to use it, okay? For example, she was surprised that she had never seen the photo before. So you say that had never seen the photo before. I had forgotten all about it until I saw the reminder on my phone. So I didn't thought about it until I saw the reminder on my phone. He had decided to take her to a new restaurant. He hadn't booked a table before he arrived. So first, he hadn't booked, and then he decided to go. No, so he had decided to take her to a new Italian restaurant that was perfect, but he hadn't booked a table, so they didn't have where to sit down. No, that's why I am using past perfect. So remember that we always use had in the present, I'm sorry, in the positive, in the negative, had not, and in the questions had. And the verb is in past participle. Okay, for example, number 1 says, had Jim ever flown before his flight last week? Okay, and the answer is yes, he had. Okay, yes, he had. So what is question number 2?
Had your sister eaten breakfast before she left?
Before she left. Uh-huh.
No, she hadn't.
No, she hadn't. Uh-huh.
James said he had already seen the movie last year.
Last year.
I got lost because I had uh for forget it
Forgotten.
forgotten. To bring them up, they uh hadn't s- studied English before last year.
Give me a second, give me a second. Okay, I'm so sorry. I got lost because I had forgotten to bring them up. I'm so sorry, can you repeat they?
They hadn't studied English before last year.
Yes, they hadn't. Or had not, if you want. Hadn't studied, hadn't studied English before last year.
Uh, she had lived in Leeds before she moved to London.
She had left, in Leeds.
The baby have uh, fall asleep.
The baby had fallen asleep. Falling asleep. Fallen asleep.
I hadn't think of the question before.
Hadn't, sorry. Hadn't thought.
Or thought. Sue got wet because she hadn't brought
Hadn't bring brought.
or brought.
Brought. Haven't brought.
He had owned his car before a year before he sold it.
He had owned.
I didn't notice that the traffic light had turned red.
Turned red.
He had ordered
Ordered. He had ordered rice, but the waiter served him soup. No? So first he had ordered rice. Then the waiter served him soup. No? So first action, he had ordered rice. Second action, the waiter served him soup. Both activities are in the past. Okay? Both activities are in the okay?
past.
Both activities are in the past. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's complete these ones. This is about a story. Complete the sentences from 3 stories with the past perfect or the simple past.
By the time we arrived at the door of the old house,
By
it
the time we,
uh, had arrived.
okay, had arrived. By the time we had arrived at the door of the old house,
It uh, began to rain.
by the time we, yeah, but okay, what action was first? Began to rain or we arrived? What is the first action?
Arrive.
Yeah.
Let's complete that. So it's
By the time, no, in this case is arrived. By the time we arrive at the door of the old house, okay, first, second, no, you are like, you arrive, but it had begun to rain. Ya había empezado. It had begun to rain. Because we are using the expression by the time. No, that expression
okay.
is by the time, because if you're not using by the time, you can change the ideas. But in this case, is by the time we arrive, it had begun to rain. No, so first began to rain, and then we arrive.
Okay. I looked out of the window and saw something I have never seen before.
I saw something I had never seen before.
Uh, when they meet again by the lake in the park,
When they met
met
again by the
again,
lake in the park,
they hadn't talked.
they hadn't
Sorry.
talked to each other for almost 10 years. No, they hadn't talked to each other for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to copy and paste this so we can use it. Okay, so these are the answers, okay? So choose one of the stories and discuss the questions. What do you think happened before? Remember, if you talk before, we are using past perfect, okay? What do you think happened next? If we talk about next, we are using simple past. So we have three stories, no? By the time we arrived at the door of the house, it had begun to rain. I looked at the world out of the window and saw something I had never seen before. And when they met again by the lake in the park, they hadn't talked to each other for almost 10 years. So, what do you think happened before this situation? And what do you think happened after the situation?
Mm, uh, they had taken a plane.
Okay, they had taken a plane.
A flight.
They have taken a they have they have yeah, they have taken a flight. And what happened next?
Mm, mm. They started to uh, dry uh, their clothes.
They started to drive.
Dry.
Oh, they
Secar.
are okay. So they dried their clothes. Okay, they dried their clothes. Okay. I look out of the window. I saw something I had never seen before. What happened before and what happened after?
Maybe he had heard something strange outside.
He had heard something strange outside. And what
Uh,
happens after?
After that, uh, he he was so scared.
Okay, he was so scared that it's a good option. Yes. And what do we have in the last story? What happened before and after of the third story?
When they met again by the lake. Um, mm, they had been walking around the park.
Okay, they had walked, no?
The
They
they had
had
walked.
walked around the park when they met again the lake. And what happened after?
Uh, they went to cafeteria to talk
They went to a cafe, like a
to a
Starbucks is
cafe.
a cafe.
Okay, a cafe.
They went to a cafe. They went to a cafe. Okay, so that is good because I think it's clear, but even though. So let's check a little bit of this. Okay, so what would be the perfect answers here? Okay,
And had already left.
very good.
Had gone off.
Had gone off.
When I got home, I discovered that somebody had broken into my flat.
Had broken into.
When the dra- drafts came home, the witch had already left.
Yes, when the dwarfs home came home, the witch had already left.
Billy
Sí, pero como te digo, ¿no?
had eaten
Un
all the food.
video donde sale bailando Sofía y mi tío Chavela con
When she arrived at the theater, uh, he had already bought the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
When he came home, she had already cooked dinner.
Cooked. Uh-huh.
When I turned on the TV, the game had already finished.
Had already finished.
John didn't catch the bus because he uh, hadn't left the house in time.
Okay. And finally,
I didn't recognize Ellen at the party because I hadn't seen her for years.
hadn't seen her for years. Good job. So to finish, we're going to talk about someone. So an interesting life. Think of a person whose life would make an interesting book or movie. It can be someone you know or someone famous. You can invent if you want. Think about what type of a story you want to tell about this person. Is it a love story, a feel good story? Maybe you can talk about one character of the saga that you are watching or that you watched. Decide when your story will start, what happened before it starts, what happens during the story, and how it ends. Prepare to explain. It says, we think a story about Manuela Sáenz would make a great movie. She had been married to an Englishman, but she left his but she left her husband in 1822 to fight with Simon Bolivar. She'd already been involved in the fight for independence for several years. And so you're going to tell a story about someone. The idea is that you can use present perfect and simple past without a problem. I am going to give you a couple of minutes, and when you are ready, you tell me the story.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can tell.
Okay, I wrote a little story. Uh, the story it's about John. He had born in a poor neighborhood. He had worked in the farm of his family before to be a rich businessman. He had left his family in 2019 when he started to live in New York. He met a girl called Sarah in a park when he had started to do exercise one Sunday. And actually, John is married with Sarah, and they have two kids.
Okay, I think it was okay. I think that you thought something that it had what we were practicing, no? Once again,
Mhm,
if you talk something that is one after the other, we only use simple past because it's an action that happened one after the other. But when you want to mention that something happened before at work, no, you're talking about this, but you want to mention an action that happened before, we use the past perfect, okay, to create this story and to have variety, okay? That is very important,
mhm.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mauricio, so this is all for